On June 1st, then 3750, and then finally 4500 on August 1st. So another thing that I really like to do, and I think some of you guys do this already, is we try to align all of our payments so they come out on the first of the month. I think that is just simplifies everything. When you're going through and you're trying to see if somebody didn't pay you, and you only have to do it on one day, and you get this kind of like big chunk of money that you're like, okay, here's my expenses, here's what I can budget, I've got everything in my account, because you start budgeting on things that money that hasn't collected, and then those people, whatever, they flake or who knows what happens, right? And then you look at it differently. So I think it's just a lot easier to manage when it all comes in. For some of you, maybe you want to do it like have everyone come in on the 1st and the 15th. So simply what you do is just prorate, right? Like, so if they come in on the 10th and it's $1,500 a month, then you just charge $1,000 because there's 2/3 of the month left, right? For 2/3 of the payment. So that's something that I think has simplified it within our agency quite a bit, is having most of this stuff come out on the 1st. We still have a few people that are over there. Obviously, you may not want to do that the first month for some people. If you got that kind of like weird feeling, like, I don't know, like we've sent this person all this stuff and it's so hard to get in touch with this person, I don't want to like have to track them down again to collect another payment. So, but I think as it goes forward, it's easier to just have it all come out on the 1st. If you guys aren't using ACH and your agencies are growing, I think that's something that you should definitely consider. Not everyone's going to be up for it. People like their credit card points, but ACH a lot of times is free. If you go through Stripe, you can run ACH through Stripe. It will be $5 for the transaction. So as we move our clients up, those numbers can get bigger, right? So on $1,500, it's like $54 a month, right? And let's, if you got, 20 clients, that's over $1,000 that you're going to be spending in credit card fees versus $100 if you were to run them all through ACH. So just something I think that you guys should think about. So one of the things,
let's say I want this.
How do you set that up, Patrick? I mean, where is it in Stripe?
And I'm going to go back.
1 second. There's somebody that I'm going to mute.
Storytelling one.
Cameron.
Got him. Okay. Okay. So Dave, you're saying where do you set that up inside Stripe? Yeah. So in the area where it says like specify the default card, there's like a bank account option. So you set it there. And then what happens is it will be like 2 or 3 days. They'll send a like a micro deposit. So you'll have to get that information. I think there's another way to do it called Plaid. I haven't used it that way where you can do it instantly. But I haven't set that up. We are working towards a Stripe integration within our system so that you can manage a lot of the stuff in there, because what I really want is I want lead cost averaging for everyone. So I think I've talked about this to maybe on this call. I know I've mentioned it to other people. So it gets cloudy in my mind, whether it was on this call or just to some random person. But what we're looking to do is you can specify your niche. And then if you're handling your payments through our system, then we can determine like the average cost per that niche. And if you decide that you want to share this data with the system, it doesn't mean you're going to be sharing it with other users where they're going to like see your information. But if you decide to share that information with the system, we'll give you that option of whether you want to make it public or keep it private. If you decide to make it public, you'll get the advantage of seeing and getting alerts when your lead average is deviated too far from, whether it's too high or too low. It could be a problem on both ends. Sounds good if it's too high and your client's cool with it, but probably I would say the longevity of a client when you're charging them too much is going to be a lot shorter, and that relationship, they're probably going to be looking over your shoulder all the time. So what I'd like to do is have it sit an alert where it's like, okay, this payment was processed through there. Like for those of you guys that use Stripe, myself included, there's a lot of things that are missing that I would love. Like, okay, this payment was declined. Then I want to get an alert. Like, so what if we got a text message when this payment's declined, rather than having to like go through and I check it and be like, okay, because I've actually had it where I didn't realize it for a few weeks. And then I'm look back and I'm like, let's go back here and make sure, oh, this person didn't pay. And now I'm like, your card didn't go through, and then, they'll pay, but like to be able to get that in real time and this type of stuff. But having it say like, hey, you're in the plumbing niche, the average lead cost is $75 based on the amount of leads. You had more leads this month or something. your lead cost is now $50. So it can alert us to try to reach back out to the client and make us like more efficient with the leads that we're providing from a like more profitable, does anyone have